Hello everyone, this video is about fussy cutting. What is it? Why to do it? Where? How? All that good stuff. And hopefully at the end of the video I will be making a collage, so if you stick around to the end and watch the collage that I make. So first of all, fussy cutting is simply cutting around an object so that you just see the object. And these are objects from magazines or catalogs. And I have just gone around them. Mostly these are actually with scissors. So here's some fun images with scissors that I've cut out. I have this, which I've mostly fussy cut. I haven't cut there, and same with this. So first of all, what is fussy cutting? It's simply cutting around an object to just cut it out by itself. Okay, and you can either use scissors or a craft knife. I'll show you both. And you want to protect your surface for so many reasons. This is a cutting mat, but you could just put down an old magazine and then cut on top. So I'm going to just start by flipping through and finding something in this HGTV magazine to cut out. Right away I see some great things that I can cut out that don't have anything on top of them. And let me just pick something that's somewhat easy. And I'm going to pick this here. That's great. Just going to tear it out. Now, if you're using, you could use cardboard, but you really want to protect your surface if you're using a craft knife. Okay, if you're just using scissors, you can just come in. I like to first kind of rough cut it out. And then what I'm going to do is as I cut it, I'm going to keep my scissors in the same position. And I'm just going to go up and down like that. And I'm going to move the image. So as I go, I'm moving the piece of paper. So my scissors are still staying in the same position. And it is better to use smaller scissors, although you should just use whatever you have. Whatever's around is the best tool that you should use right now. There are different scissors on the market that you can buy. I have a set of cutter bees, and I'll put a link in the description box below if you want to check out cutter bees. I know Tim Holtz has a scissor, so if you get into fussy cutting, you could always buy some scissors. But for right now, just use what you have. And again, you're turning the image. My right hand with my scissors has not really moved much. Okay. There. And I've cut out around the image and I fussy cut it. I could trim up a little here. Okay, now what about the inside? There's so many ways to do the inside if you don't have a craft knife. The easiest one that I would do is do a little tiny fold gently. Cut it like this. Now I have a place for my scissors to go in. And again, I'm going to try to move the paper and not the scissors. There we go. Okay, I know there's other ways to cut that inside out, but that is the way that I like to do it. And don't forget to throw your scraps away. Keep your space nice and clean. So now I have one fussy cut image that I did with scissors. Let's cut out an image with X-Acto knife and show you how to do that. So let me find an image in here. This is actually a teacher catalog of art supplies, which I think is really fun to cut out of. And I'm actually looking for something in specific. One sec. Okay, I'm going to do this spray bottle. So I'm just going to rip it out. And here's where, if you don't have a mat, you can just cut right on top of the magazine. It will go down a few layers, kind of like this cover. So I'll just do it on the back here. So when you're using a craft knife, you never want to have your hand in the direction of where you're cutting, because that would be owie. And actually in art school, I watched a guy get it right in here and he had to go to the hospital. So you always want your other hand away, and you want to go slow. You don't really need to press down too much either, so long as your blade is sharp. It's a good idea to get a few replacement blades if it doesn't come with it, and change out your blade when it gets dull. I'm just putting my finger right there so it doesn't tear. Some magazine pages like this one are really thin, or if you're using something that's really old, it might tend to tear. So this is, I'm fighting with the tearingness. So I find the times when I get hurt are the times when I'm putting too much pressure and I'm going too fast. So go slow. You notice that I'm turning the image a lot, and that is so that my right hand doesn't have to reach all around. Weird. So make it as comfortable for you as you possibly can. I'm not worried about saving the rest of this image, so I don't care if I accidentally cut through to another image. See, I can just keep going. Going around a curve, just go little bits at a time. And if it doesn't come out right away, give it a little wiggle. Okay. Now I've got my spray bottle. Sweet. Okay, and you can actually do a lot with the negative space of these. So if you had, I don't know, here's an image that I have. You can do negative space things too. But for now, let's get the spray bottle back. So that is fussy cutting with either a scissor. This was this one. This was this one. Let me put the... Okay. And so sometimes it's just fun to make a collage with fussy cutted items. Okay, so here's my collage journal. And I'm just going to go to the next page and start working with some of my images. And I like to do what I call dry collage. And what that is where I don't glue. I just put things down and don't glue yet. So I could cut a little slit right there, which is what I think I'll do to have that coming out of there. So this is a little bit more advanced, but not really. So I'm going to just put it right in there. So I know I'm going to need to start right here. Oops. Just follow that line. Slide that right down in there. Great. I like to always put my cap on. Okay. I have this owl. It's not perfectly fussy cut, so what about little feathers and that kind of thing? You don't have to be perfect, so you can just come in and kind of get the general shape of it. Sometimes when I'm cutting, I might wiggle to get a wiggly line, but I'm just kind of coming in and cutting those along those feather lines roughly. I am not doing it perfectly, and it's going to be fine for this collage. This isn't going in a museum or anything. This is just for me. So just going through, cutting out those little bits if they didn't quite cut out. Go back and cut a few more lines. So that is better. I'm still seeing some things, and you know, I'm not a perfectionist, but I do like a certain quality of work, so I'm just gonna go in and make that happen. Okay, here where there's just some little bits right there, I'm just going to take my scissors, I'm just going to wiggle. I'm actually wiggling the paper. So that's another way to do it. You don't have to follow, like you can cut things off if you, I'm going to cut more of this off. You can change the shape of it. When you're done, nobody's going to know what it looked like before, so. You can nest things in and out of things. You can play with proportion. I liked the idea of him walking on this Not sure why, but I do. I have a few other things that might be nice to come out of that. What else do I have around me? So then you can look for things specifically for your collage. So not done, but putting off to the side. So I got a few more things that caught my eye that I want to cut out. So I'm going to do that here. This rose is beautiful, or I don't know, it might be a peony. So I'm going to just cut out. You can't ever go wrong with flowers. Okay, sorry guys. My video totally stopped recording. Lovely. So I cut out the flower and this little stool, now this rug, and I love this. I think I want to turn this into a crown. So here I go. My stuff here. With these extra stuff, I think I'm going to be a lot happier. So I think I want him on a stool. Yeah, baby. eh. Okay, and I wanted to give him a crown. So I want his head to come through that way. So I'm going to cut that part there. Okay, let me cut that. Kind of covers up his eye, doesn't it? I don't really want to cover up his eye. It's a little big. There we go. So I'm going to tack that down with my glue stick. To keep it in the right place. I'm just using the slightest bit of glue. Okay. What if he was sitting on that? Maybe that would be better. So you just have to play. And like I said, they call this dry collage. But maybe he's sitting on a nest of... I love that. That's awesome. See, there we go. When you love it, you love it. That's awesome. So maybe I want to just... Oh boy. Tearing. I think I just want to do this. Around, behind, adding in some color. I don't want it symmetrical. Sweet. Okay, I didn't use the pieces that I thought I would, but I absolutely love it. So I'm going to glue it down now. All right, super happy. So cleaning up my desk, just wanted to say, you guys, thank you for watching. I do have a whole series that I'm building. So down in the description box, if you would click on the playlist if you want to see more collage videos. And as always, I'd love a like and subscribe. I'd love your comments, your thoughts, and I'll see you next time. Okay, guys? Bye-bye.